Hello everybody, in this video we are going to build this cool benefits section, feature section, or even FAQ section, since it uses the default FAQ element from GoHighLevel. So this is basically an enhanced FAQ section that you can add today to your website. And it also looks pretty good on mobile as well. I mean, this is just the default FAQ section, but as you can see on desktop, it looks absolutely fantastic and totally different from the normal GoHighLevel section. So let's go into the GoHighLevel website builder and start designing this nice looking section. All you need to do is a bit of CSS and a bit of custom JavaScript, which, don't worry, I will be showing you throughout this video. Let's get started. First thing we want to do is to create a new section, and within this let's create one column row element, and let's try to copy this text. We are gonna do it very simple, step by step. Key benefits, let's go to styles and let's align it to the right, and let's not forget to click on the green section, go to general, allow rows to take the entire width, and then go into the blue section and make it 80%. Very good. This is how we align text to different sections. Next, we want to create another column, and this column again will be 80%, and let's try to change the background color to this color. Go to styles, full border, change the color to this one, or you can just remove it completely after you set the border radius to 25 pixels, but in our case we are gonna leave it like this. And let's also add another column, and in the first column we are going to add an FAQ section. Actually, let's remove this one because I want to show you how the default one looks compared to our section. And yeah, I think they already have the images pre-selected. Yeah, so let's click save and let's preview it and show you exactly how the default FAQ section compares to this enhanced one that we are going to build with custom code. So as you can see here, the layout is a bit misaligned, but we are going to fix this. And the first thing that you can already observe is that this one has a different styling. As you can see, we can't open more than one item at a time, whereas here you can open all of them if you want, so you can have 3 images loaded at the same time. And the images look like this, very small in the far right side, nothing too interesting, whereas here we have an image that overflows out of the container, but obviously we used some custom code to hide that overflow. But I think this one looks really nice, and the image stays in place. This one is the same image as the first one, but you got the point. The image stays in place, so you don't have strange container resizing whenever you click on one element. Like in this case, as you can see, the more elements we open, the bigger the container it gets. So yeah, that's one thing. So let's try to transform this FAQ section into this one, and then we'll focus on the image. But first, let's disable the allow rows to take the entire width, because we want to have our section aligned to this one. Next, click on the FAQ section and let's use the separated type, FAQ type, and then we need to go down where it says expand multiple items at the same time, uncheck this, and also keep first content open on load. We want this to be on because we are gonna set the first image. So the first image will correspond by default to the first item. So we want the first item to be opened. And let's also disable show images pop-up on click, because we don't really care about that, because the image is already quite big here. So now we need to play a bit around with the colors. Let's change the text to black, tile background, the background, so we don't have anything strange there. Same to the separator, content background color, and also title background color when it's closed. And that's pretty much it. Expand collapse all button, we don't have that. Expand collapse bottom border, we don't have that. And link text color, depending on what color you want, but for now we don't have any links. So I'm not gonna bother changing the text. You got the point, you just copy the text from here and add it here, or wherever, whatever text you want. But one more thing that we need to do is to go into here where it says title font weight and change it to bold. Click save, and now as you can see it almost looks the same. If we preview it, as you can see, we have basically the same functionality, right? But the image is very, very small here, so it is a big difference. Let me add an image just so I can show you. Right, so I've added an image, and as you can see, there is a huge difference from this compared to this. This one looks much cleaner, much more professional than this. You can't even see the image here, right? You can't even tell what's in the image. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But if you go into mobile version, it is exactly the same, because on mobile it looks good. Let's try to make this one look like this. And the first thing that we need to do is select each item and uncheck show image. We don't want to use the default image functionality from GoHighLevel, right? And then we just duplicate the column and let's delete this, and we can add an image from here, image element, and then let's add this image, or whatever, the next image from the second one, doesn't really matter. And as you can see, we have the laptop in here. Already looks much better, but we want to imitate this look. So what we are going to do to make this image bigger, we're gonna click on styles, and we are gonna add a margin right of -250 pixels. And as you can see, we shifted our image a bit to the right. Now let's click on custom code, and you need to paste this custom class. Very easy. FAQ wrapper overflow X hidden. This basically will hide the overflow that is out of the container, right? So we select the class FAQ wrapper, click save if you just added it, and select the container. As you can see, this is where the container ends. So by adding this class, everything that's outside the container on the X axis, so horizontally, will not be displayed. So we need to go into custom class and paste this class. And as you can see, everything looks much nicer. We can even disable the border because we don't really want it, we just want the border radius. And now, as you can see, it's all the way to the right on the container. And this one, in my opinion, looks much nicer. Make sure that you use 3 images, or how many you want, that are the same dimension, because you don't want your container to resize all the time when you change the image. And one more thing, if you have something important to display in the image, make sure you display on the left side of the image, right? If you want this effect to happen, if you want part of the image to be outside the container and hidden. I think it's a nice effect, and yeah, you just basically play around with the margins, and you can achieve some really cool effects, right? And now all we need to do, because if we preview it, you'll see that the image is just a static image. So all we need to do is to add some custom code that targets this element here, because wherever you click, as you can see on the arrow or on the title or somewhere here, the text opens up, right? So when this functionality happens, this event basically happens, we want to change the image. So let's add a custom code. So this is the exact JavaScript that you need in order for this effect to work. You can pause the video and copy the exact code that you see on the screen. And of course, if you have my Notion doc, I will add this effect in there, advanced FAQ section or something like that, so you can copy and paste it into your own GoHighLevel website. But if you don't have my Notion doc, just pause the video and copy exactly what you see on the screen. One little thing here, this script works for only one section on the page. If you want to have multiple sections like this on a single page, you need to probably duplicate the script and add more sections and stuff like that, just more classes like this one, and so on. So keep in mind that this specific code works for only one section at a time. So we need these two classes, HL FAQ section 1 and then FAQ image. What you see here, these are not our classes. These are classes from GoHighLevel, default classes that target these elements right here, right? The heading is basically the title plus the icon. And then we just change the URLs. Make sure that you add the image URLs that you want to be attached to each of these elements. The first one will be the first one, second one second, and the third one will be this third element, right? Very easy. Click save, and that's it with the custom code. All you need to do is click on this section, go into style, not this one, actually, this one. We already added FAQ wrapper, sorry. We need to go on this one, the column, and add HL FAQ section 1, and this one will be FAQ image. Perfect. As you can see, it works, right? When we click on the heading or on the arrow, the image here changes. Very nice. And if we go on mobile, unfortunately, this is the new FAQ section, but we can change it very simple by going into the GoHighLevel website builder and clicking on this, then go to styles and uncheck mobile. Same for this one, but before we do that, let's duplicate it. We want to uncheck it on mobile, and this one we want to uncheck it on desktop. So now when we click on desktop, we have this FAQ section plus the image, and on mobile we have this one, and this one we can just make it the default, default FAQ element, right, with the images and so on. So on desktop we have this one plus the image and the custom code, and on mobile we have this standard one. Very simple. And as I said earlier, if you want multiple such elements, such sections on your page, you just duplicate the code, the JavaScript, and change the classes for this column and for this image. Very simple. Next, if you are curious how I build insane GoHighLevel websites with tons of sections like this, watch this video.